Now I've gone some more, and I've used a little bit of the 400. Usually I don't, if I wet sand, you don't use 400. 400 is probably, well, 400 wet really can take off a lot of material. A nice other way to block with the item itself is these, you can see the machine marks. I'll see if I can get this in the light better. I don't know if I can. But as the sanding process goes over the flat milled surface of this whole surface right here, the mill marks begin to disappear, and you can also use those to see what is low or high. Now as I've progressed here, we can still see this mark up here, which was down here, which is a low spot. It's a burn spot where exhaust has escaped. It's escaped the main sealing ring, which is I don't know, about a couple of millimeters out. And you can also see other little tiny marks, which we have little ring marks right here, and we have none here and none here. Now usually these are remnants right here of the gasket. They would be taken off as best that I could before I would do my sanding down, because they are actually material or matter that is on the surface, which is a high spot. So I'm going to keep going, and I think I'll use 400. And after we use the 400 and we get it smooth, then what I'll do is I'm going to show you how to rescuff the front of the faces so that your new gaskets will stick as well as they can. I've used 400 on this other one here. Whoops, on the cylinder, I'm sorry. And we can see that all the blue is gone from here. There's a little bit of blue right there, which shows that's a low spot. A little bit of blue here, here, and we have the blue down here where you can see this spot is. Now you have to ask yourself, what is that little spot? Is that oil? Is that exhaust? What is that? No, I'll tell you what it is. It's water. It's water, because what water does on aluminum is it oxidizes it. And what you have there is oxidation. So either water was coming in from the water jacket, and this round thing right here is the jacket, or just it's the water jacket that surrounds the entire cylinder and cools it. Water comes in from, I believe right here, I think it does. And what it does is a heat exchanger. It takes the heat away from this inner lining, and it transfers the heat with the warmer water out to your radiator, and that cools it down so it can be recycled, come back in, and do the same job and keep your cylinder at a low temperature. That's what that does. And another thing that we're going to look at is, this is a sensor. This sensor costs about $30. This came out of the head right there. If you can look in there, okay? Now the reason I took this out to show you is that this sensor is very important for something. It's a temperature sensor. But do you see all the crap and the muck and the bullshit on here? I mean, you can see it all in my hands, fingers. That's not supposed to be there. That'll give you a wrong reading. And these are little things that people ignore when they go to rebuild an engine. You don't know if there's going to be a lot of oxidation on there from, say if you use, you don't want to use regular water in these. You use water, I forget the name of it now, but it's water that doesn't have any minerals in it, or anything that's going to leave any white marks or minerals on the jackets, which cause a loss in the heat exchange. So now I'm going to use my 400 grit right now, and I'm going to keep going down and see how far I can get down on, how close I can get here, and we'll see what pops up. Now you can do this on any flat surface that has to go You could do it on this part right here if you needed to, which you don't. Or this part if you took the studs out, which you probably don't need to do. But it's very important on the cylinder head, because any little deviation on the head itself, the flat spot, or the flat spot of the cylinder can cause a cylinder leak, and that can have you lose power and your engine not work as well as it should. So it's very important to do this.